So yeah, just like how you drew it up, we have all these characters, and then we go all the way down the list to find the Corrin. Um, so it's going to be Corrin versus Isabelle. Interesting character matchup, not one that I can't say I have a lot of personal experience spectating, playing, or otherwise. Um, but
Yeah,
that Nair is definitely going to be a killer against. I mean, it really just. If you don't get hit by those slingshot pellets, it's really going to outrange everything that Isabelle tries to do here.
Corrin went from really not having anything remarkable in this game, like Pin got nerfed and like nothing else really changed.
Woo! Goodbye!
You saved your jump and the extra back air in order to push himself back towards stage. Smart stuff from Sharp's point to just flat out survive, but the game went from kind of just Sharp being playing the consistent Fire Emblem Swordy to getting blown up and now is at a deficit against a surprisingly Dash Dance heavy Isabelle.
Yeah. Well, that's, I mean, when Mr. Zercon, like, has been a Isabelle specialist since, like, pretty much the game came out. So you're going to have to get pretty creative here, especially against a player like Sharp, who, you know, to Sharp's credit, this may be, like, trying to play to a little bit of matchup and experience. Corrin is definitely not a character you expect to run into a whole lot of here, online or offline.
Oh, and the frame traps too. Like, you're exactly right. Corrin is not very common of a character, but at the very at the very least in New Jersey, of which where Zercon is does reside, 2 players have been picking up Corrin as of recently. A man named Haven, who's very solid, and a little known fella known as Web JP. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, no, there's definitely means of him to get this practice, but Sharp's Corrin is a little bit different than how they play. Namely because he's not trying to use Pin. He's not trying to use what makes Corrin slightly different. He's just saying, hey, I'm going to play this character like it's Lucina, but with different buttons. Like just good sword aerials, means of combo starting, a back air probably more so than any other extra special setup. And it's been working for a long time, but this advantage so far for Zercon, and the miss on the pin the one time he tries.
Oh, man. Well, maybe that's why. Some characters just some characters are still struggling out here in Ultimate. But that forward smash is definitely not. Sharp still holding a lead, but we've seen Zercon do some we've seen Zercon do a really good job of holding onto advantage. And now at the ledge, a little bit drops a few frames on that on jab wobble, whatever they're calling it now. So not able to find the forward tilt. And taking some pretty aggressive approaches here with the slingshot as well. Not just using it to keep away, but using it aggressively to get in.
And the aggressive slingshot as well. I mean, normally you expect to live a little bit longer against Isabelle because, I mean, she's going to peck away and trying to set up traps. And Sharp is doing a really good job of not trying to overextend. But hey, like you really need to find those kills when you're at a deficit like this. And Isabelle does have a fair bit of knockback power if she manages to get close enough. That whiff grab huge.
Okay, gets the Lloyd Rocket set up. Oh, that dash attack was huge, but doesn't get the 2-frame with the down tilt. But still holding on to this ledge pressure. This is really high pressure at the ledge from Zercon.
Finding this kill, doesn't do the turnaround, just gets out of danger, gets away from the pot. Pin again comes through, but still whiffing. The amount this game has extended is surprising. Still not getting the pin.
No, the pin's doing Sharp no favors here. That is not a Sharp pin.
Not at all. It sticks into the ground, but it's not actually getting him any advantage. The up smash. Ooh.
Whoa! Instantaneous up smash there from Zercon to find a Game 1 win over Sharp. Taking all of those sword hits, taking all those paper cuts, and it's finding the one hit where it matters.
There was so much. Oh, and he's running it right.
Oh
back
wow, yeah,
there.
running it straight back.
No,
Okay.
not even a moment. Wow. I mean, there was so much good that Sharp did, but he fumbled it in the final moments because he was looking for. It almost looked like he was stopped. He wasn't looking for pin, and then he realized I need to kill because they're starting to make a comeback. Might as well try pin, and it just
Right.
with a mixture of good blocks and pin not working. Zercon survived that
Another
full time.
opening. Man, I'm almost disappointed that I'm happy that I'm of two minds. Like I'm sad that it only did 39%, but I'm also very happy that that doesn't do more than 39%.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty disgusting low percent string that seems to be pretty consistent for Zercon here in this set against Sharp.
And if even a character like Corrin, who has an okay recovery, wouldn't be able to recover from that, that would be dangerous.
Ooh.
But I mean, similar
Flying off the stage with the back air.
Similar to start to game one. Same combo that that Zercon can get at these low percents, but Sharp's juggle game and then a quick catch with a raw back air is gonna close it out. He's looking for it again, but these frame traps are huge thanks to the inverse propulsion from the back air. Just kind of puts Corrin in such a good spot to cover air dodges.
And Sharp really looks like they're playing with a chip on their shoulder this game, game number 2. The run back to the stage and with the same characters, Sharp is acting like they got something to prove.
I mean,
now up 3 stocks to 1, and still considering the fact that it's Isabelle, and like if you don't get hit by like a raw or like a crazy up smash out of shield, good cross up there to avoid that exact situation. But this is still a fairly healthy stock. You can get a lot more out of this.
And still with a really solid combo string, 51 now, and the air dodge has been used, and you are certainly gone. No coverage from the fishing pole, thanks to the lack of, not necessarily lack of hitbox, but just how good fishing pole can be when countering other hitboxes.
Yeah.
Hey,
some of the craziest weapons in this game are turnips, fishing rods, and umbrellas.
I don't know what to tell you, mate.
A strange video game. Sharp is unfazed because Sharp hit the Monster Hunter whetstone, because that is not a blunt weapon anymore. That is a sharp weapon, and it is cutting through Zercon here in game number 2. And now Zercon has to find an answer against this Corrin pick.
I'm gonna save my immediate statements for how game 3 goes, because there's a certain thing that comes with playing or maining lower or mid-tier characters, but that will depend on if Zercon is able to show Sharp a couple of new looks and new schemes that a trap character like Isabelle can really thrive in, especially on a different stage. Smashville? Maybe? No, Town. Okay.
And this may be, I mean, like, this is probably just like trying to play. You have the option of playing from farther away here, but I'm not sure if Zercon is going to use it. That doesn't seem to be their MO.
Not particularly, no. They oftentimes find a lot of utility off of setting up platform resets and looking to utilize up tilt to force tech situations on platforms, or at the very least get extensions with Nair afterwards. And that's where Smashville is very good, but perhaps it was banned. Either way, it's why we're going to Town, and both back airs whiffing. That is certainly huge, but these grabs coming through.
Oh, good catch there, though. And that's valuable damage to even up the percent as well. But the lower ceiling, or no, the higher ceiling of Town and City, that tipper up air just doesn't care about that.
Corrin's up air is one of the strongest moves that doesn't sound like it kills.
Right? Right? Like it's like I thought that they fixed like the strong sword hitboxes are supposed to all have the same sound effect now. What's up with that?
It's a unique, or it's a little bit more of a unique move compared to some other swordies.
Yeah.
It's a juggle tool and a kill tool. Its knockback scaling is ridiculous. So it sounds like a combo move, but then ends up killing. So I don't know. Smash ult.
I don't know. Also, it's not a sword; it's a chainsaw.
This is true.
So there's that. Oh, but just falls right into that crab, and that's a really, really timely kill for Zercon. Able to keep the percents close to even, and now starting to go to work. The nice dash attack extension, but waits a little bit too long on the second one. Maybe trying to read a tech roll.
These down tilt placements and these frame traps in general have been so clutch from Sharp.
Oh my!
He's covered so much space with down tilts in the inverted direction. As soon as he gets something like a nair or a forward air started, he's really been calling out Zercon's desire to get back to center. Oh Lord!
After all that work, it is Zercon that goes into this pivotal final stock. With this, that has the stock lead here and is really like taking the advantage and running with it. Already putting out 56%, losing the stock now, but 56% is so valuable for Isabelle, who really needs damage to take stocks.
It's really gonna be. The onus is on Sharp at this point to see how many of these falling nairs can he reciprocate. Damage can rack up very quickly on Isabelle, and her death percent is certainly much earlier than Corrin. It's a nice double jump over the Lloyd rocket, but you threw away that when that stock was thrown away. You gave Zercon not only a little bit of outward momentum, but also the lead, and that's gonna be pivotal.
You have to account for how safe Corrin's damage is here. Like, this lead is already starting to dissipate. Big grab there. This is one area away from being absolutely dead even on percent. And when you then you're starting to think about, oh, I have to watch out for Corrin up air. That's a really, really powerful tool. I have to start watching out for pin kick. It's Zercon has to play this so safely.
That grab was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and the roll on was scouted.
Roll in, very scary.
Down air, no, just a fast fall air down.
And Isabelle's just double jump isn't high enough to really challenge these high landings from Sharp.
Dash attack?
Waiting like a shark there to try and catch that landing, but nothing doing. Zercon holding on by a thread here. But
he's gone.
Damage is piling up and finds the kill with the upwards fishing line throw. That is Zercon once again.